Yes, ma'am.
Tell me when to go, Dustin.
We're good.
Okay. What do you enjoy most about being parents?
Well, I enjoy most just hanging out with them and being with them and interacting with them and watching them grow and seeing them develop their own little personalities.
Okay. What do you feel is your greatest responsibility as parents?
Well, obviously to help them to be saved, to teach them right from wrong, and create the kind of atmosphere where they can find God and grow up in Him.
Okay. In this stage of your child's life, do you think he's grasping the values you're trying to instill?
We're talking about Luke.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes, I think he is. I think he struggles just like any other kid his age. But yeah, I think he's getting it.
Okay. If you could change one thing about today's society in order to make your life easier as parents, what would it be?
Well, it would be the whole anti-Christian agenda, the violence, the homosexual agenda, evolution, all the things pushing our kids to not believe in God and not follow Him. If things would be a lot simpler if those weren't so prevalent in our society.
Okay. What were some of the changes you had to adapt to once your child became a school ager?
For me, it was worrying about him, me not being able to watch him all day and nobody's doing, and trusting others to take care of him. Hating that he has to make mistakes and learn from his mistakes, and mainly just him being with other people that you don't really trust.
What are some of the challenges you have raising a preteen and a toddler?
Nice. Well, from a kid perspective, it hasn't been so bad. Luke's 10 years older, so they wasn't jealous. There wasn't a lot of fighting in that end, but I've noticed I have problems with this, and I tend to get short with Luke, where I'm a little more patient with Valen. You sort of want just the unquestioned obedience, and that doesn't always happen. And they're at different ages and different ways they go about things. So I have to work on not being so short and with Luke sometimes.
Do you think there's a good balance of the amount of time each parent spends with the children?
Not from my end. I don't spend near as much time with them as she can, because a lot of times I have to work out of town. So I can't say that I get the same amount of time. Now I do try to make it home several nights a week, but I don't get the same amount of time.
Okay. Is there anything you've tried to impart on Luke that you feel might change when raising Valen?
No, I mean, I know there's differences raising a boy and a girl, but just teaching them how to live for God and be saved and morals and that sort of thing. So yeah.
Okay. In this stage of Luke's life.
No. Cut that out.
That's fine. In this stage of Luke's life, do you feel mentally prepared for the teenage years to come?
No. We worked with young people for 10 years, so I could tell you in a vacuum I understand what's going to happen and what changes they're going through in personality and body and all these other things. And it's one thing to help a young person, but it's nothing to help your child. So as all these things change, and I know there are more changes ahead and there are more challenges ahead, but I don't know that I feel fully prepared for everything, so we just have to trust God with some of this stuff.
Now that Luke is becoming more independent, is it easier or more difficult to make time for each other?
I think it's definitely easier. We can leave him at home by himself from time to time. Sometimes we've left him with Valen if it's just a short trip.
Short trip meaning a few minutes, not days.
But yeah, altogether, I think we have more time for each other.
Thank you very much for the interview. It was really good. Oh, good. Okay, thank you.